Buenos días, raza. Me salí para acá, para afuera, para que miren lo que estaba anoche. Miren que amaneció triste el tulipán porque lo moví. Lo tuve que mover de acá para allá porque estaba caído de vuelta, raza. Y la papaya está bien, pero el tulipán está triste. A ver si le echo Miracle Grow para ver si agarra unas poquitas de vitamins y se me vuelve a revivir. El romero está todo wild acá y lo voy a tener que cortar para que empiece de vuelta. Y ya nomás me falta este lado del estafiate de cortar. Y ya corté todo este lado, pero pues estaba esperando que estuviera fresco, pero este no es fresco, este es frío, raza. Pero el sol está bien bonito. El sol está bien bonito y yo ya estoy usando la de esta que me hizo Yaya because it's freaking crispy. Pero me salí para acá para afuera para tomarme un café y platicar con ustedes. Hi everybody. Hi Jeannie. Dora González, ¿cómo está? Quiero platicar con ustedes porque estaba oyendo el show de Yaya ahora en la mañana y ustedes ya saben cómo soy yo, raza. Están oyendo cómo manejan por esta calle bien feo, bien feo. Está patinando llantas y todo. Por eso no salgo para acá para afuera. Hi Ana. Aquí estoy. Feliz cumpleaños a ti. Sapos verdes a ti. Happy birthday, Anna. Today's Anna's birthday, everybody. But she's not going to celebrate it at Cheddar's till later on in the week because she wants one of them headache ones. I heard that on Yaya's show. Hi, Hopi, ¿cómo estás? Me salí para afuera, girl, para lograr el fresco. ¿Está fresco? We can sit out here toda tapada usando el show que me hizo Yaya porque está fresco. Hi Petty Segovia, thank you for being here. I need you here because ay, estoy esperando que se empiecen a meter, Patty, si no los dejes. Que agarren otra para que me lleguen hasta los 1000. Otra subscription si empiezan a hablar mal. Good morning, Silent Meadow, Lupe Ramírez, María González. Good morning, everybody. Yes, aquí estamos y no nos vamos. Está fresco, amaneció crispy. Pero las tacitas de café no paran, raza, no paran. Quiero platicar con ustedes. Ustedes ya saben cómo soy yo. Quiero hacerles una pregunta bien sincera. Ustedes saben, los que saben y han estado aquí. Y todos saben cómo habla la gente de mí. O de los demás. Pero ustedes ya saben que yo les digo cada rato, yo no le voy a poner alitas de ángel a ni un son of a gun que se nos vaya. Las alitas de ángel que se las ponga Dios. Anyways. Good morning, Rosalinda. Anyways, I'm here just to let y'all know that nobody's gonna get no angel wings from me. And you all know that I was listening to Yaya's show this morning. Opelia came to drink coffee and she's leaving. I already pissed her off because she doesn't want me to talk in Spanish and English. I live in the United States and I can't speak Spanish and English. And she gets pissed because she wants me to run this whole show in English. And I know I have people that don't know English because I believe that this is a world wide web and it's not just situated here in the United States. But she just left. But I'm not going to put angel wings on anybody. I just want you all to know I am not. I'm sorry, but there's things that need to be said, okay? If you don't get put on a liver transplant list, is there's a reason. If you don't get put in that kind of a list, one of the main reasons is going to be that you brought that illness upon yourself. Am I supposed to be nice to somebody that was rude and mean and everything to me because I have to be the better person? Am I supposed to be nice to somebody that was rude, mean, and ugly to my sister or to Belda or to Yaya or to Anna because I have to turn the other cheek? No. You were not put in a list for a liver transplant or whatever because you brought the illness upon yourself. And even if they had a liver to transplant that would be your match, they were not going to do it because chances are that you're going to be back into the drinking. And they automatically X you out of that list because you are not a good candidate to get a donor organ that you're going to damage because you're not going to follow the rules. And since I don't follow the rules for anybody, I'm going to tell you all that just because you're sick doesn't mean that I have to forgive you. Just because you're sick doesn't mean that I have to turn the other cheek and forget everything that was done to my sister and me. And I just did a 10-minute TikTok on the other show and I posted it up here. And it says I'm asking for help. Why did I do that? Because I was sitting here at home thinking, hey, it's been 3 years. In 3 years, there's been 5 people that have helped me in 3 years. And I can name them, but I'm not. They know who they are. But I have had a whole bunch of haters talking smack left and right about everything and anything that they can talk about. My hair, my teeth, my eyes, my sunspots that I have, my eyelashes that I don't have and I don't put on there like a prostitute, my eyebrows. And I'm supposed to forgive all of this because that person is now sick. Who was there September of last year when I was dying? And I've had this conversation with my sisters because I was in a cold emergency room unit. In September of last year, I was dying. And I had to have blood transfusion done. And I was telling my sisters, my cousin was there with me and she had to leave. And then I was there by myself because they hadn't gotten the blood yet. And by the time they got it, it was kind of late. And then it took an hour or two for them to do the transfusion. So it was even more late. And I think I ended up calling Ophelia to come pick me up at the emergency room. And it was almost midnight. And the whole ordeal started before noon. But I was in an emergency room dying while there was another show laughing because they were going through all my numbers. They didn't have any numbers, but yet they were up there talking and saying that, oh, I was probably there because I was at lower than a certain percentage on iron and this and that. And they were going through a whole bunch of numbers, and I'm supposed to be nice to these damn people. And I'm not mentioning anybody because everybody that knows knows. I'm supposed to what? Be the better person because my body went through something while I was going through a big depression and still smiling because I was not going to allow anybody to talk more smack than what they were already talking. So I would still do my TikToks about, cómo amanecieron, raza, amanecieron con un cafecito bien tapadito, and they would get pissed off because they were never taught to say good morning to people. They would get mad because I would say, good morning, everybody. How's your morning? Did you wake up with a nice cup of coffee and a donut on the side? And they would talk about that because, of course, they didn't have any content. And talking about me saying, good morning, did you wake up with a cup of coffee and a donut on the side, was their way of being sarcastic and bitchy about whatever I was doing. But we're all supposed to forget and be nice now. Hi, Maria Guzman. We're supposed to forget that because of social media bullshit, I've been here 3 years without a job, and every application that I have filled out in the last 3 years have been filled out with, I have pending court cases. Because I cannot lie about my background. So if I put, I have pending court cases on an application, seriously, do you think that the employer is going to look at that application twice? It doesn't matter if my conduct has been super clean. As long as I have a court case pending, or I had a court case pending, they were not going to look at my application twice because somebody was sitting on paperwork while I was having to look for employment, and I needed papers from the same people that were sitting on the paperwork stating that it was not my fault. And I'm supposed to be nice about it. I'm supposed to be nice about the fact that I'm 61 now, and age does count for all these employers. They tell you that they're not looking at that, but they are. They are looking at it. I'm doing pretty good, Maria. But, I'm not supposed to talk about it. I'm supposed to look the other way. I'm supposed to be nice, and I'm just, I hate to hear that anybody's sick, but at the same time that I'm hearing that people get sick, it makes me remember when I was sick and dying, and these people had me like a damn mop left and right. Like they were really splashing that mud water about me. Did they care that I was sick and dying, or I was depressed? My glasses are in the house, girl. Los tenía puestos, and then I came out here. Let me go get them. Are y'all seeing that white truck? My goodness, don't trust family. I was told, oh, I'm only going to leave it here for 4 weeks. It's been 2 years. The truck has been parked on my driveway for 2 years. And I want to show you all this. Let me see. It's not upside down, right? Let's see if you can see it. Why am I showing you this? This was the bracelet that I had when I was in that emergency room. And when I came to my house, I took it off and I hung it on a little hook. And it's been there for over a year on the same little hook. But we were talking about that last month, and Ophelia always says, I don't need any haters, I have Angie. And I always say the same thing about Ophelia. I don't need any haters, I have Ophelia. I have my own family for that. I have Ophelia as a hater, you know. It's like she left because I wasn't talking English. And it's like I hate that too, because it's like she says this is my show and she always wants me to run this show in English when she's here. No, Hopi. I'll tell you what happened with that truck, Hopi, and this is why Kim Rames doesn't like us. That truck belongs to my brother Paulo. It's a F-250 King Rancher diesel engine. That truck is probably $60,000 parked 2 years on my driveway because Kim Rames' son, Daniel, had bought it from my brother, and then he was mad in some field or somewhere and broke the motor. He was muddying. I don't know what the heck he was doing. And then he didn't want to finish paying for the truck. So my brother asked me if he could park it. And he wanted to park it on the side driveway. I have a side driveway. But I'm like, hey, if you park it in the side driveway, it's a long bed. I won't be able to get my tractor to the other side to cut that little section in the front. So I told him, no, just park it in the front. And it's been there. But Daniel is refusing to pay for it. And my brother hasn't gotten a motor for it. So it's been there parked 2 years. That's why I tell you, you know, you don't need haters. You got family. And I'm not saying that my brother's a hater, but I had a car of his parked on the side driveway for like 3 years. So it's funny what family will do. But yeah, it's like, you know, I didn't know the person that's ill, but I met her once. But I'm not going to put angel wings on anybody. I'm not. I'll tell you exactly what these people did. You're going to go on the internet and you're going to mop and say that you gave $10,000 or more to somebody's platform, when every time that you would call and you would say, my boss is giving this money for raffles, and the raffles were being done the same little instant that the money was received, it was given out to other people. And then you're gonna say that my little sister kept the money? I'm gonna be here to tell you, bitch, get a life. I was there hearing those phone calls, and I was there hearing my boss gave me the money for you to give it away. So when did it become my boss gave me the money to I gave the money? You know, so yeah, I'm going to tell you, you brought the illness upon yourself when you didn't push that 6-pack away. You're not being put on a list for a donor organ because you brought it upon yourself. Do you still have time to repent about what you did? Yeah, you have time, but are the people willing to forgive you? And do they have to? No, I don't think they have to. Because at this point, it's between you and God, whatever you did. But ain't nobody gonna get to the grave before hearing me say what I have to say. And I can guarantee you that not even my mother went to the grave without me saying what I had to say. So if I didn't have any remorse telling my mother how it was, do you think that I'm going to have remorse telling you that you brought it upon yourself? Do you think that I find it funny that I was dying in a hospital room last year and everybody and their mother was on the internet talking about my illness? Never did I come on the internet to say anything. Up until now I'm saying it. Now I'm saying, yeah, I've been at home for 3 years because these fucking people said on the paperwork. I've been at home for 3 years and I'm the one that has to be shutting up because of what Anet Hinojosa and Felicita Gutierrez did? Or Valdo? I'm the one that's not supposed to mention their names? Oh, I'll mention their names all day long. I can guarantee you I'm going to mention their names all day long. I just shared this to a group because I want the people in Willacy County to know. You think that it's funny that I have had to go through all my savings and exhausted my savings because these people were sitting on paperwork? But it's funny. It's funny and I'm supposed to smile about it because I'm going to tell you, even where I'm at with exhausted savings, I'm still going to be here standing and telling you I'm still standing, and guess what? El que me mantiene a mí sabe cuando tengo que pagar todo. And he makes it happen. And I don't care how it happens. But you're not going to act like my house is a damn brothel and be screaming in the middle of the street like it's a brothel, or be honking when you know my phone number, or you can get off your damn car and knock. You think I'm not going to tell you that one, or that I'm not going to tell you I was dying and these people were mopping all over the internet with me and my illness and my numbers and what was going on? They were. But I still had to smile because it was none of their business what I was going through. You know, it's like you have to sit there and put up with crap most of the time. And most of the time they're talking about wrinkles. I'm 61, bitches. At 61, I think I look pretty damn good. I think that you need to say that in your 40s, that you look like me at 61. Some of these bitches are damn ugly and they want to be talking about other people. You know, it's like, ain't nobody gonna get to hell without me opening that damn gate for them. And I'll be the first one to tell you. When I die, that's between me and God if he's gonna send me to heaven or hell. But if he sends me to hell, I'll be opening the door for a lot of you guys out there that claim that you're Christians, but you're only Christians while you're inside the church acting stupid. You're all over the internet talking about, you know, things that don't even concern you. You know, you're in the internet, instead of talking about, you know, how nice it was to go to the club, or how nice it was to go to the beach, or how nice it was. No, you're on the internet trying to just be sneaky. And it's like, really? You know, or you're gonna be saying, well, Jesus forgives all the sins. Yeah, Jesus forgives all the sins. He does. But I didn't find anywhere in the Bible that says you could be doing something over and over, Red Rover, and that you were still going to be forgiven for it. Over and over, Red Rover, is not Jesus is forgiving you. I think I put out the verse is John 8:11, where Jesus forgave the prostitute. But he told her, go and sin no more. He didn't tell her, go and keep sinning and I'll still forgive you. No, he told her, your sins are forgiven. Go and sin no more. That's exactly what he said. So I'm not Bible thumping here. I'm just telling you, you're not going to get a good outcome if you're doing bad and you expect the people that you're trashing or mopping with to feel remorse or sorrow for you when you were being bad for over 2 years. And even if I keep ignoring these people, they're still talking about my teeth. They're still talking about, my double chin or my wrinkles or this little spot that's right here that they say is like hairs of my eyebrows, but they're not. It's not. It's an age spot. I have age spots. I'm 61. I worked in the fields as a migrant farm worker. I didn't always work inside of buildings until I was older. Ophelia's mom used to get rotten tomatoes and rub them all on our face when she was angry in the fields because we weren't hurrying up. Especially me, I hated working in the fields. I wanted to play. I was little. And I still understand her because she had things that she needed to do besides take care of us. She still had to work in the fields. She had to count baskets at the end of the fields because our dad was a migrant contractor and stuff. And it was a lot of responsibility. And, that's why I tell people my dad didn't raise stupid people. I knew numbers. By the age of 6 or 7, I was doing books, adding numbers for people that had baskets at the end of the rows and had to get paid at the end of the week. Why? Because we were the children of a migrant farm worker that was a contractor. We were not stupid. We just were migrant kids that went different hours to school. The regular kids went to school from 8 to 3:30 and we had to be there from 7 to 5. Why? Because in the state of Texas, you have to be so many hours in school or so many days in a year to pass to the next year. So migrant kids, when we were growing up, had to go to school till 5 because we had to make up hours that we were missing because by May we were already gone. And it's like people don't understand that, or people just like to be talking smack. But when you turn the tables and you talk smack about what's going on in their lives, they don't like it. Yeah, my hair's not falling off. I need a haircut. I really do need a haircut. Look at this. But I have just regular shampoo, but inside the shampoo I use is rosemary, cloves, cinnamon, ginger, and castor oil, plus vitamin E oil. And I use that on a daily, so my hair grows real fast. But once it gets like to here, it's looking like it's not that much hair, but I have a lot. It's like, ugh. But yeah, I'm kind of glad I'm not going bald anytime soon. But they would love to see me bald, then they could talk more. Even though, it's like, I don't really like to go into their weight and how much they like to hide behind those, what are they called, emojis? And one of the reasons that they're hiding behind them is because of their weight, probably. But hey, there's a lot of ways to deal with that weight issue. I dealt with it a lot of years ago in 2003. I had very good insurance at my job, so I had gastric bypass. I didn't have Pero estás aquí. I'm an old hag, but you're here. Stupid. Uh, it's like I only paid $250 for my surgery in 2003. That was my copay. And the rest of it was paid by my insurance that I had. So, I mean, I can tell you all that I've never lived off of this government. This government has never helped me. I've always had jobs that I've had to have insurance in and stuff. And I remember applying for SNAP when I came over here and in 2022, like 4 months into me being here, I went and applied for SNAP. And they started bugging me about you have to have a full-time job if you want to qualify for food stamps. So I didn't get SNAP, but I think maybe 3 months on an emergency basis. And then I didn't apply for it anymore because they kept bugging me about that I had to be on a full-time job because I was not 60 at the time. I was 58. And now I'm 61 and I still don't qualify because you have to be, if you have a if you're a body able person, I'm not disabled or anything, then you have to work at least 20 hours in order to qualify for food stamps. But I don't qualify because I still don't know if there's other pending cases. These bitches might have sat on stuff that I don't know about. You know what I mean? It's like I don't know what they were sitting on two cases and I thought there was just one till I saw the name and I was questioning it, and then sure enough there had been another case in another office that never even got anywhere but got dismissed. And it's like, but they sat on the paperwork for 2 years. I think a lot of people are waiting for her to come back, Patty. And she probably will, but I don't know when. I mean, it's like I think it's funny that she wants me to run a whole English show, and she's like, "That's why you haven't gotten to 1,000, bitch. You need to speak English, you bitch." So we get into it about that. But hey, I'll get to 1,000. Like I tell her, I'm at 800 now, so leave me alone. But I came up here to let you all know that nobody is gonna get angel wings from me. I don't care. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you tell me that I'm going to hell because I'm gonna tell you you're not my judge or my jury. My judge will be God, and he will deal with me when my time comes, and it will come because none of us are eternal. Now, if you believe that you're eternal, then you belong to the alien club. And that's not me. I'm not eternal. In 2007, we bought 16 plots. We already know we're going to be planted somewhere. Nobody's going to burn us. You know, it's like we bought them in 2007 because we knew that we were not eternal. Guess what? Them plots are not $200 like they were in 2007 when we bought them. You know, and it's like, if we hadn't known that we were not part of the alien family, we wouldn't have bought them. We would have said, what the heck for? We are eternal. We're not going to die. No, every single one of us is going to die of something or other. You're just not going to get angel wings if you brought it upon yourself. It's different if you had an accident. But when you decide on your own to be bending that elbow every freaking day, not on the weekends only, no, it's every freaking day. Yeah, I'm not here to be stepping on eggshells. If I want to step on eggshells, I would have done a deeper hole over here where I throw all the eggshells at. Ophelia keeps getting mad at me. She's like, why do you keep throwing eggshells right there by the plants? And I'm like, because that's free calcium. Why should I throw it in the trash? You know, I'm not going to be walking around eggshells because somebody decided that they were going to bend the elbow every day. It's like you guys always telling OM, quit drinking the Red Bulls, and she tells you I can't. Yes, you can. Everything stops at the store level. Everything that is at the store level, you have the ovaries if you want to use them, or the eggs if you're a man, to stop it at the store level. I can open my refrigerator right now, and my daughter has, the last time she came over here was in spring break or sometime in the summer. And there's still 2 beers in there because my son-in-law left them in there. I'm not going to go and drink beer. I don't drink beer. Why am I just going to pick up a habit? It's like, no, I don't drink beer. But you all have seen me drinking whiskey. You've seen me drinking Bucanas. You've seen me drinking straight tequila or Crown Royal. But why am I going to drink beer? To me, that's a waste of time. But just because I drink hard liquor doesn't mean that I'm drinking hard liquor every freaking day. Every day to bring an illness like that upon my body, where even the doctors are not going to put you on a list for a donor organ. And am I being harsh? No, I'm being very, very, very honest. That's why the doctors didn't put you on an organ donor list, because you brought the illness upon yourself. And I'm not going to walk around eggshells because of it. I'm not going to feel sorry. I'm not going to feel sorry for anybody that was mopping with my illness in September of last year. And now it's their turn to be sick. Am I saying that I haven't been sick all year? No. During the year, I've had transfusions of iron. I've had transfusions of steroids, because the first time they gave me a transfusion of iron, it felt like my head was breaking, like it was a pain that I've never felt before, like my head was going to explode. That's how that iron transfusion felt. And I had to have one every week. But the second time I went, and I told them what was happening, they said, wait a minute. And then they came back and they said, we're going to give you a steroid with the iron. And that steroid stopped my head from feeling like it was breaking. But then I felt like I was floating for a whole week. And I went through almost 3 months of that every week business with the iron in order to get my body to regulate. I don't feel sorry for any of them. I don't feel sorry for anybody that was mopping with me. I'm not mentioning anybody's name because it was a whole bunch of people. You know, and it's like, do I care if they go and see my video and it says, yes, I'm asking for help? No, because they dry beg all the time. They do. So no, I don't care. If I would have cared, I wouldn't have put it out there. If I would have cared what they're saying, I wouldn't have put it out there. They're mad because they're being ignored. They're being ignored. And if they want to talk smack, they can put money in my Cash App, AMP1764. Am I going to send it back to them because it's them? No, I'm not. They want to talk smack? Keep on going. I'm not the one giving out free blowjobs to any police officer so that my shit can slide. And that's why I've been parked for 3 years. Ain't no motherfucker gonna get away with anything with me. I don't know who's gonna win. The truth, for blubbering oinkins, the truth and reality is all of us are gonna get there someday. Some of us are gonna get there sooner than others, but we're all gonna get there. The thing is, how are you gonna get there? What Yaya was talking about legacy, and to me, legacy means what you leave behind, what people think of you, and how you lived your life. And I honestly tell people, our dad was a very strict man, but we loved our dad. To us, to me and Ophelia and my other sister and my brothers, his memory is still alive, like if he was still living today. Because the man was strict, but he loved his children to the point of he would make sure that we would eat before he would eat. Even though we were migrant farm workers, our dad was always making sure that we had what we needed and that we didn't lack. That's something that can't be said for the fathers nowadays. A lot of people on CPS cases because of abuse or putting children in closets, or we had one couple of years ago in Sebastian that the little kid was burnt all over his body. Not only was he not being fed, he was being burnt with cigarettes. So it's like, you know that's the kind of legacy you want to leave your kids. And that's what legacy is to me. It's like, what are you gonna how are they gonna think of you? I can tell you all that I have been here 3 years, and you all know my bills get paid. But I also can tell you I raised a good kid that knows when my bills are due. So, it's like, it's not the government helping me pay anything. Do I care if the government helps other people? No, that's their business. They're not helping me. I was born here. I pay my taxes. But hey, the police department ain't doing nothing for me. Why am I supposed to protect them from what they did? Why am I supposed to protect the district attorney or the judge for what they did in this one cow town? Why am I supposed to say, you know what? I'm going to forgive that person even though she mopped all over the internet with my sister? No. She can ask God for forgiveness. She still has time. And that's all that's going to matter at the end. It's not us, the ones that are going to judge anybody. But I'm not here to give anybody angel wings at all. I'm not. If you're a damn drug addict, you're not going to get angel wings from me. If you're a prostitute and a hooker in the corner, you're not going to get angel wings from me. Especially if you're a drug addict prostitute. You're not going to get angel wings from me. The truth is the truth. Does it hurt? Yeah, it does. But I'm not ashamed to tell you how it is, because you know what? I'm not here to judge you. You live your life however you want to live it. It's your life. Don't ask me to forgive something that you did, because if I forgive, then I have to forget. And all of us are elephants. We don't forget. So if we don't forget, then don't say that you're forgiving somebody. Because if you're not going to forget what they did, you're not forgiving them. So I'm not here to lie to anybody. Hi, Eunice. I'm not here to lie to anybody about anything that happened. I'm just here to say you're not gonna get away with it, and I'm just gonna sit here and smile and drink my coffee. I'm gonna smile, and I'm gonna tell you, if I can't forget what you did, I cannot forgive you. Let God do it. After all, He's the one that's going to judge at the last time. The last minute, judges. All of us can be judges, but we're not going to get nowhere because God is the only judge. And He's the only one that can tell you, come unto me, good son, you did good while you were living. Come and sit at the table. But if you weren't, you're not going to be told that. So if you're thinking that I'm going to go to hell for being honest, deadly honest, then I'll be opening the doors to hell for you if God sends me there. But that's not your judgment. That's God's judgment to me. My honesty is cruel sometimes, but that's me. I've been holding you all up. Thank you for allowing me into your space for 46 minutes. I'm not gonna lie to anybody about how I am. I have paved my own damn way. I have what I have because I've made rules for my life. You can mop all over the internet with whatever you want to mop with on me. But I'm not a liar. And everything I have is because God gave me the path to lead. And I worked for everything I have. And I'm going to tell you straight up, I will. If He sends me to hell, I will open the gates for you. Because if you lie, you're not going to go to heaven today, and you're not going to go to heaven tomorrow, and you're not going to go to heaven whenever you die. Because liars don't go to heaven. Am I being deadly honest? It's biblical. I can give you the Bible verse. But I'm not Bible thumping here. I'm just telling you, if you think I'm going to go to hell, I'll be smiling. And I'll be there drinking my coffee, waiting for you so I can open the doors to hell for you. Y'all have a nice day. Thank you for letting me into your space. I love you guys. Don't forget, share your videos so that I can get to 1,000. I need to get to 1,000. Bye.